Well, the results are trickling in after 5 states held primary elections yesterday. CBS News Elections and Surveys Director Anthony Salvanto is here with a look at how things stand in a few of the closely watched races. Anthony, it's good to see you. Let us start in good old Pennsylvania, where it looks like things are still really, really close when we're talking about the GOP Senate primary. I don't know if we're in automatic recount territory at this point, but how are things looking?
Hey, Anne-Marie, it is great to talk to you. Yeah, it's, if you're talking to me on the morning after an election and we're talking about a race that's too close to call, it's like deja vu all over again, right? We do this. But look, it is close. It's 0.2%, as you can see on the screen right here. And the recount would be, if it goes to a recount, that's within a 0.5 percentage point is where it would get. But the mystery here, what we're going to explore through the day, so stay tuned, is just how many votes there are left to count, how many ballots there are left. And you can run some model estimates that would put it in well into the thousands. I've got up on the screen right here this 94% in. So that is an estimate, but it's one that sort of extrapolates from the rest of what we saw. But we also know that there were tens of thousands of ballots that were sent out, mail ballots, to Republicans, but haven't yet been returned. Will they come back? Will they be returned? We don't know yet. So those are the dynamics here. And as you can see, there's not a lot of geographic difference between the way Oz and McCormick did. So it's pretty hard to tease out these patterns. We'll watch it through the day, Anne-Marie.
CBS News is projecting, as you know, John Fetterman to win the Democratic nomination. Break down the results in that race for us.
Yeah, I did. This was one of the more straightforward projections that we made last night or any night. It's a pretty convincing win there for Fetterman. And this is when we light up the county map, and it's all the color that Fetterman was in. So he did pretty well everywhere. We looked at this. One of the things that we talked about being important for a Democrat to win statewide even was, Anne-Marie, you'll appreciate this, in Philadelphia, where there are a lot of registered Democrats. I can even zoom right there and show you the neighborhoods of Philadelphia, where you see Fetterman did well in South Philly, out in Northeast Philly as well. So, it was a pretty convincing win across the board for him statewide. And so he'll wait for an opponent, guys.
Yeah, I thought I saw my house in there when you zoomed in. Don't get it too tight now. I need a little privacy. So what can you tell us about the primary?
We're going hyper-local here.
You're right. Right down to the street. I'll tell you how your neighbors voted. Anthony's that good. What can you tell us about the primary for Pennsylvania governor?
Okay, so in the governor's race on the Republican side, you had Mastriano win. Again, pretty convincing win. I think one of the things, and this goes for really all the races, is, in the primaries, you've got highly ideological voters. We had relatively strong turnout. It eclipsed the last midterm in the state, but the people who vote in primaries on the Republican side tell us they're even more likely to want candidates who are loyal to Donald Trump. And they're getting that. And they wanted candidates who think it's at least somewhat important to continue to discuss the 2020 election. And they're getting that. So then the question becomes, we go into November, is that the kind of candidate who can stand up and win in a general election when you get a wider amount of voters? Because most voters, what's on their mind, they tell us, is the economy, is talking about inflation and those issues. So that becomes the mystery going forward, and it's a wider one for all primaries, right? What does the party want versus who can actually win in a general?
So, Anthony, in North Carolina, as you know, GOP incumbent Madison Cawthorn lost his congressional primary. Was this race even close?
Yeah, it was close. It was close. We projected this pretty late into the night. Reportedly, Cawthorn had then conceded or did concede the race. I think here again, it's another interesting dynamic. You've got conservatives across the board on the Republican side, but as you know, there was a lot of back and forth surrounding Cawthorn. There was a lot of ads, run against him, et cetera, that kind of changed that race. But if you look at the wider picture across a lot of these primaries, you still have a lot of Republican candidates who are expressing their loyalty to the former president. And that's what Republican primary voters want. And that's a dynamic I think we see playing out across all the primaries that we saw on the Republican side last night, guys.
All right, Anthony Salvanto, always great to have you, my friend. Thank you.
Thanks.